Hey everybody, it's me Jasmine. I'm all by myself in this video today. Zachary is not here just because I'm going to be talking about my 2 new jobs. So today was my first official day by myself, like not in training anymore, for my part-time job. So you guys, I'm wearing my shirt here for the Drip Bar, is where I'm working part-time. So even though today, like I said, was my first official day, it kind of was a slow day. I only did the drips, the IV therapy for my husband and the owner, but it was still my first day and I'm so proud. So as I had mentioned in our update video and our video about living in Colorado, I did not move here with any jobs lined up. I came here completely unemployed, no prospects. I interviewed for several places, applied at multiple places, but you know, some places just didn't feel like a good fit for me. And then obviously, like some places, they didn't think I was a good fit for them, which is all well and good. And I honestly thought that the Drip Bar was gonna be one of those places where I was just like, ooh, I'd love to work there. But you know, I thought they were gonna pass me up. Because basically, it was the beginning of March. I had 2 rounds of interviews with them. And then final feedback that I got was, you know, for whatever reason, they didn't need an additional person. So if they did need me in the future, they'd reach back to me. Well, you know that in most cases, I feel like you kind of, it's like, oh, well, that's just a nice way of saying we don't want you. Then on March 31st, I got an email in response to one of the applications I put in for a full-time nurse midwife position that's like fully outpatient. So there was no like delivering babies or anything. So basically, boil it down is what I do as a women's health nurse practitioner. So I kind of was like, about that job, I was like, I don't even know if I should apply to it. It says midwife. I'm not a midwife, but all the stuff that I, you know, is on the job details is stuff that I can do. So I was like, you know what? There's been a lot of midwives like take positions that I had and stuff like that before. So I was like, why not take a midwife's position? So anyway, they obviously didn't feel like it was an issue, and they did. They offered me to come in for an interview. On April 13th, I had my interview. So at this position, it is a federally qualified health center in Aurora, which is quite a drive from where we live in Windsor. So the plan would be that me and Zachary would carpool to work every day. So that's just an aside. But the interview went great. Had no, like, I didn't say anything weird. Like, they really felt like, I felt like they were interested in me. Like, I don't know. Anyways, you know, there was laughing and like chit-chatting, like small talk, stuff like that. So it was kind of like an easy interview. One of those situations where I was like, really seems like I got it, but I don't want to get high hopes type thing. So, and then on April 15th, I got email for a shadow day with this job. So basically what they had told me during the interview was, you know, during the interview process, like they're gonna look at you and they're gonna see if they liked you, if they're interested. And if they're interested, they would offer you to come in for a shadow experience to make sure that their candidate that they choose is interested, like actually interested in working there after seeing what a regular day would look like. So I remember them saying that, but just still a part of me was just like, but what if I misheard this? Once again, I just really didn't want to get my hopes too high, because working at a place like this would honestly be a dream, because not only would I be doing gynecology, but I'd also be doing obstetrics. So both things I'm very familiar with and like have a good skill set with, be able to utilize those skills in this position. So not only did I get an email that day offering me to do a shadow experience for this full-time position, but I also got the call from Drip Bar letting me know that, hey, circumstances have changed, we do need you. And so obviously I gladly accepted. Here I am sitting there with their scrubs on, so, you know, and telling you about my first day, official day there. So obviously I took the job, but this job is way different than the other 2 IV therapy places that I'd worked at before. So I would say honestly, the other 2 places I worked at before was more focused on hydration, not really so much like, you know, treatment and like complementary like therapies and things like that. At the Drip Bar, one of their big things is having complementary therapies for people who have cancer and are going through cancer treatment. So they do like things like high dose vitamin C, ALA, mistletoe. I don't know if y'all know anything about any of those things, but it's pretty neat, and the research is there that shows that it does help. So it's been really cool learning about all of this stuff. I've literally sat down for hours and have studied up on all of these things so that I can have educated conversation with my clients that come through the door about, you know, the services that we provide there. Because like I said, they're doing an amazing thing, I feel like. So then on my first day of training at the Drip Bar, I received the email I was waiting for, which was to offer me the position as full-time nurse practitioner at that facility in Aurora. I was so excited. I told Zachary, I was just like, whenever they offer me this job, I'm just gonna cry, I'm gonna cry. Well, mind you, I was at work and, you know, in the middle doing stuff. So when I got the email, I couldn't cry, but deep down inside, I really, really wanted to. So this full-time position, I won't start until July. For the state of Colorado, they have to go through the full credentialing process, so checking like my work history, checking my licenses, making sure I graduated from where I graduated from, like that sort of thing. They would do all of that before I would physically be able to start working. So thank goodness I have this part-time job to bring in income during this time especially. And of course I'm gonna keep this job even when I start full-time. Hello, like I side hustle like so much. So not only will this full-time position cause me to reach my goal of making a 6-figure salary, it also qualifies for loan repayment. Now, this is through the National Health Service Corps, or NHSC, yeah. It's $50,000 loan repayment for a 2-year commitment at a federally qualified health center or a facility that's like one. This is not something that I feel like, oh, I'm just gonna like pull through the 2 years and like whatever. Literally, working with underserved populations has been the goal from Jump Street. Like whenever I went into nursing school, this is what I wanted to do. And so for those of you who don't know what a federally qualified health center is, basically what a federally qualified health center is a facility that provides primary care services to underserved populations that is at least partially funded by government grants. I applied for this loan repayment last week, and I should know, I think by September, if I got chosen. The facility, their HPSA score, which is what they base like facilities that provide services to the places that have like higher levels of need. Basically, it's like you can have like no score, or it can go up to I think 29 or something, but 20 is a good score. So basically I might get it. So if y'all could, like, prayers would be appreciated, because you know we need any kind of help we could get to reach our debt-free goal. So it has been nothing short of amazing and truly a blessing. All of this time, even like during when I was unemployed and up to this point where I now have one part-time job and I'm gonna start working a full-time job in July, I really feel like, looking back on it, at least, in the moment it was hard, but looking back on it, I can totally see the hand of God in the situation. And you know, just like for example, I'll say this, like I sat there and I wondered why would I have been put to work in the facility I was working at before I moved here for just 6 months? Like what was the point of that? Like, you know, but that job was a federally qualified health center. And I truly believe that definitely helped to set me apart from other candidates, being that I've worked at a federally qualified health center before. And then so you have that paired with the fact that my whole career as a women's health nurse practitioner, I've done nothing but serve underserved populations. My first job was basically in Clarkston, Georgia. It was right on the border of Tucker and Clarkston. And if y'all know anything about that location, you know that Clarkston has like one of, if not the most diverse populations in the whole United States. You got immigrants and refugees from all over the world. I don't know why they go to Clarkson, but they do. And I was taking care of them. And then like you have me working at the health department. And then you got me working at the federally qualified health center I was working at before. And I truly believe it's all building up and helping lead me to the position that I will be starting in July. But honestly, I could really just go on and on and on about how everything kind of just like worked together for my good and God's glory. And I'm just so excited to be able to share this wonderful news with y'all. And of course, I'm gonna keep y'all updated about how all this stuff is going. And if y'all wanna know anything else about like my job, like at the Drip Bar, if you're curious about, oh, like that sounds interesting, about what is this complementary therapies or whatever, if y'all have any like OBGYN questions, feel free, like just send me a message. If you don't want Zach to see, just send me, you know. Anyways, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. And like I said, I cannot wait to share all of everything that goes on with all of these things that are happening in my and Zachary's life. So yeah, just keep on watching. We'll keep you posted.